Yeah, that's what I hear. It's like health is so much higher than it is on like Java. Java apparently have a cakewalk with the Wither. Well, we have a cakewalk pretty easily with the Wither, but it's not downplaying it. It's still awful to fight if you aren't cheesing it. On Bedrock or just like normal? Or Java, I should say. Because I know some people are like trying to use the Wither to their advantage for like mining and stuff, but it doesn't work out all too much. It just is kind of there. Ah, that was gonna drink. Damn, on the Switch, that sucks. The Switch is such a cool system and it's so good. But at the same time, it kind of is underwhelming sometimes with the amount of power it's allowed to push out. Like if they ever make a Switch Pro, which I think it's leaked, like they've already confirmed it's coming out, but they aren't like officially like letting it known until like quarter 4 of this year, which isn't until technically next year. Oh yeah, I mean, I bet it. Honestly, it probably works great on the majority of games it can actually run. It's just like the handful that it's like, hey, this was never really supposed to be on a Nintendo Switch, but like we got paid a decent amount of money to put it here because Nintendo started allowing third parties to put stuff on there. Yeah, I was looking about getting one, but then I learned literally the only difference is its battery power. It is a little bit longer, and then the battery power is slightly better, and like the OLED. Other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. Because I was thinking about getting one for like me. Like I have the Xbox Series X, I have a PS5, I have a Nintendo Switch when I record those games. And normally I play everything on Xbox, and I have PlayStation for PlayStation exclusive, which reminds me I have a couple I do still want to play. But like, and of course Switch for Switch exclusives. But also I figured out how this works, by the way. But it doesn't. It only works if like you're draining stuff and not necessarily like it's waiting for stuff to come in here. Yeah, but to be fair, Assassin's Creed games were made for that generation of console. And when I say that generation of console, I mean like literally the Switch is more or less a 360 in a handheld mode, which is awesome. right? I mean, the Stream Decks are like that too. I actually own the game. I'm not gonna lie, I own it, and I plan on playing it. It's just I keep getting a backlog of games, and it's one of those games where I hear it's good and it's interesting, and I want to play it, but it's just not a top priority for me right now. If I'm completely honest, like I own it. I believe I own the PS5 version. Yeah, I own the PS5 version for like the definitive edition or whatever on CD, CD on Blu, whatever their console like games are. Blu-ray still. It's like PS5s that are like Blu-rays, right? Because it was like on sale at like Walmart. So in front of it right now, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of waiting for my game category to die off just ever so slightly. Because right now, one game I'm super excited for is Dead Rising Deluxe Remastered, which I really don't understand the deluxe part of that because it's basically just a remake. And it just looks really good, and it's probably gonna have like way more zombies on. It's probably gonna be more like Dead Rising 3 zombies, except probably less because it's technically still in a mall, so it shouldn't have too many on screen. And then of course, it got a huge graphic overhaul, and basically they practically remade the game. And another game they got remade, and that's in the similar same era, is Chainsaw Lollipop Chainsaw. I forgot the full name of it, and I still need to buy that game. It comes out in like 6 days. GD Tsushima. Dude, nice. I have platinum trophies for Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Other than that, I don't have platinum trophies for anything. That's not true. I mean, technically, I have 100%ed on Xbox the original Dead Space 1. I still need to do it for the remake. But, it's just like a really hard achievement. Yeah, so Lollipop Chainsaw Remaster, or Repop, I should say, got announced, and it comes out in like 6 days. And then, like, 5 days later, Dead Rising Remastered comes out. But I plan on the Dead Rising. I didn't know about Lollipop Chainsaw until I started looking into Dead Rising Remastered. And I was like, oh no way, these are both getting remakes. That's amazing. And they're both coming out at similar times. And these are games, to be fair, I have played Dead Rising 1 on the channel, but I really like the Dead Rising series, so I wanted to play it again for the channel, but like with it being all nice. Not the first time I've done it. I did it for The Last of Us. I did it for the other game I did it for Dead Space. Did it for Dead Space. Didn't do it for Last of Us Part 2, but honestly, I don't think it changed too much. Maybe just like graphically enhanced some things, and then they added some stuff. And that was about it. But my list so far for games ahead of Ghost of Tsushima are Dead Rising, technically Lollipop Chainsaw, but I'm probably gonna play that in the week prior to Dead Rising because I'm gonna be off all week. I took some personal vacation time. And so that comes out like that Friday prior, and I'm probably just gonna record it all and then upload it all alongside everything else. But I'm not gonna have to worry about actually playing it because that game's like 8 hours long. It's not a long game, it's very short. Where Dead Rising's a lot longer. And then of course Mass Effect 3. Hey man, you might not. I still got to play Mass Effect 3. I don't want to wait too long. Me and my friends are playing Borderlands 2. I just have not uploaded it yet. And how rigid is this list? It's a big list. I play a lot of games, my guy. And then of course, like, to be fair, it won't be too far. Because the only couple games that I'm going to play in front of it is like um Mass Effect 3, Dead Rising Remastered, Lollipop Chainsaw, but again, it's one of those things where Lollipop Chainsaw I'm gonna play on my week of vacation week, and it won't take too long to beat that game. And other than that, I don't think there's any other games I'm looking to play. And of course, Borderlands 2 is kind of like an off and on game, just like how Borderlands 1 was. And then I would probably play it because there's not another game I'm looking forward to. All the games I'm looking forward to are about to come out. Like I'm not interested in Black Myth Wukong. I understand people's hype for that game, but for me, I'm just like, it's there. So I don't have to worry about that one. Possibly, yeah. Unless something amazing comes out that I really want to play. But to be fair, like Elden Ring's about to finish up. And then who knows how long Fallout New Vegas is gonna last. Of course, I want to play Fallout 4, but I like to take my time between Fallout games, so I'm not like just all Fallout all the time. So yeah, I mean probably here roughly in the wintertime. And of course, who knows if I get done with Dead Rising, I'm it's one of those games where I hear it's really fun to play, but not great to watch. That's just what like people have said about it. And it's like a great game. Top 5 games for you. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like my list of games, and I of course have a longer list than that. But if I were to put that in a slot, it would definitely have to be that time. And again, Lollipop Chainsaw wasn't really something I was like planning on playing. It just saw it got announced, and I'm like, hey, it's gonna be the perfect game for when I'm done with Elden Ring, which is gonna be soon, because I have like 2 bosses left, and then I'm gonna be done with it. And so I don't have to worry. It's like between those 2 bosses, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I still need, so I want to play because like literally I'm about to play it and beat it. My like next playthrough or my next recording session of it. And then after that, I'll just be playing Fallout New Vegas and of course Borderlands 2 and Minecraft. But Borderlands 2 is with my friends, so that's kind of an off and on thing. And after that, Lollipop Chainsaw. After that, Dead Rising. And those 2 are probably going to be uploaded at the exact same time, just because I'm just more or less going to probably play Lollipop Chainsaw and record everything for it and then post it. Just because that's just how I'm going to play that one. But I remember it's like a really short, like, multi-level game, and I doubt they put that much extra content into it besides just like sexy outfits for Julia. Man, dude, when that game came out, that was a totally different time period, you know? Already out of glass, dude. Sick. Hello. That was a whole different time period. No, they might have made her 18 if I remember right, just so they wouldn't be weird about it because there's a cheerleader in high school who wears like semi skimpy outfits, but it's also like Japan that made that game in an American like setting, so that was kind of weird. That game's weirdly good and like it's like a cult classic, but at the same time it's a little bit weird. Like I'm not gonna lie, that game's weird. I had to play it though. Because it has a very much like God of War, like the original God of War style, where you have to oh, where you have to like fight bosses and like have like stages like that. So I'm excited for it. And then yeah. I'm trying to think of another game. I mean, of course, like I want to play all the Dark Knight or not Dark Knight, like Batman Arkham series. I own all those. I want to play like probably the majority of Assassin's Creed or like mainline titles and not like I don't want to play all of them. Honestly, I might not play the last couple just because of them. The open worldness of them. Oh, what else do I want to play? Like mm, oh, you know what else? What other games actually before both those games? Before a lot of the games I mentioned that I totally forgot about until just now. Looking over at my pop figures. Um, what's it called? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm gonna play that one as well, but that's not out until October, so it's not really on my mind quite yet. But yeah, I'm gonna play the story mode of that game as well. Also, before I start this, I'm gonna go grab a bunch of sand and put it in my super smelter. But yeah, Sparking Zero is technically before that, and I don't know how long that game's really gonna take me. I might play like one or two character story modes. If I remember right, those games are just like, hey, like it might have like a what's it called? Um it might have a fly around mode where you gotta go do stuff, but it's probably just gonna be like, hey, go do this fight. It skips a couple years, go do this fight, go do this fight kind of situation. Which is perfectly fine. That's what I'm looking for. It's just like I'm looking for the old school style Budokai Tekkaichi. Everybody says that different, but that old Budokai Tekkaichi 3 feeling. That's what I want. Give me that. Who has sand in it? You? What about you? You as well? Whatever. That works. Like that is what I'm looking for. So that's the only game that takes priority over like the list of games I said, but because it doesn't come out until October, I can like definitely probably play. It depends on how much I actually play of Dead Rising, like right off the bat. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna need a ton of glass. Why is this here? I don't know. Let me put all that glass up. Let me get all my sand out. Let me get all that shit out. Raja. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game is definitely taking priority over that. But that's just for nostalgia reasons. I don't really think that series is going to take too long anyway, so it might be like 30 parts. I'm trying to think of like what it could be.
No problem.